Alright, I'm tired, and I've got sinuses attacking me. So, we're gonna see how well this goes. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cary and I talk and do everything pinball. So if that sounds interesting to you, then hit that subscribe button down below. Well, I did it. I finally played Black Knight's Sword of Rage, and not only did I get to play a pro, I got to play the limited edition. Man, I'm saying things weird because of my damn sinuses. Limited edition. So I'm pretty stoked that I got a chance to play that version, not just a regular old pro. In order for me to play games of this caliber, I have to make a drive down to Dallas, which is not extremely far away, but it is out of the way from where I live. So I took a trip down to the CIDERCADE, or better known as the Bishop CIDERCADE, down in Dallas, where they tend to have all of the limited edition versions of new games that are out. Vis-a-vis Black Knight Sword of Rage, the Munsters, AC/DC, on and so forth. I will show some footage throughout this video showing you what they have in store. So if you live in the Metroplex area and you have not been to the CIDERCADE, then by all means, check it out. I wish I lived closer to it. So why am I making this video? Well, because I made a first impressions video where I gave my thoughts and opinions and a little bit of foresight on what I believe this game was going to be like. And I think it's only fair that since mainly all of my opinions were based upon not playing the game yet and just giving a final impressions after giving it a lot of games and seeing if my opinions either match up to what they were or did I change my mind. So let's talk about my initial assessments whenever I first saw the game. And my first worrisome was the fact that the upper playfield seemed a little bit lacking and that it had a Lexan material, which led me to kind of be concerned about potential wear on the Lexan, making it foggy or showing really abrasions over time. So with that being said, that still is there after putting all the time that I played on the game, especially since this game was on location, meaning it's getting plenty of plays. I get to see what the potential of this Lexan playfield has, and it already shows a little bit of fogginess to it. Now, I don't know if that can easily be buffed out using some Novus 1 or Novus 2. I don't know. But it does obviously show a little bit of haze on the Lexan. Then brings to the point of how I feel about the gameplay on the upper playfield. I mean, my initial assessment was that it seemed very clanky and there wasn't much to do up there, and I think that's pretty much the basis of what I was, assessing the upper playfield to be. And so after my initial games, my first few games, it definitely felt like that. But as I became more and more accustomed and learning the shots that I had on the upper playfield, it became a little more interesting. Now, granted, I still believe that there is things missing on that upper playfield. I kind of wish that there was a little bit more. And that's because a lot of the times, even though I learned the upper playfield, it still felt very clinky, like just hitting things, and it didn't feel like I was really accomplishing anything. I want to say even at one point, my brother was playing, and he was clanking around up there and just hitting a bunch of posts, and not much was going on, so much so that the game actually went into ball search mode because he hadn't hit a single target or anything, which was pretty funny. So it can be done. If you've never done that, then yes, it is possible to suck that bad. Oddly enough, also, the same day that I went to play this game, I saw someone post up on Facebook, and they showed their ball stuck behind the upper playfield flipper and the flipper bat. So if you were to rest your flipper, it would basically be resting on the ball. and it's something to do with the way that metal is formed. And I was kind of curious of how that was even possible until it happened repeatedly to me as well on this location pin. Now, I'm not sure how that can be adjusted or fixed, whether it be a little bit of finagling with the metal, I don't know, but that is definitely something that interfered with a lot of my gameplay, and I have plenty of footage to show that it does that. I think it did not help that on this particular machine there was even a rubber post that was missing to the left entrance of the catapult. Since the rubber was missing on that post, then that was definitely much more clanky whenever I would miss my catapult shot. But I will say that whenever you get that catapult shot down, it is very satisfying to get that super skill shot to feed the ball to the upper playfield and then just immediately knock it into the catapult. I was doing that so often, my brother was like, "You gotta be kidding me." So it became, I got the catapult shot down. And, but, so the upper playfield, it's essentially that. I felt that in order for you to really get the upper playfield down, then you're going to need to be able to nudge the game forward to give you that bounce and momentum to feed that flipper continuously. Otherwise, it's just going to hit that lower portion and just roll right underneath your flipper. You've got to give that machine bounce if you want to keep that ball in play on the upper playfield. So keep that in mind. I want to say that pretty much narrows down and talks essentially about my main concerns with the game was the upper playfield. When it comes to the rest of the game, without a doubt, guys, this game is exhausting. It's not a game that you can just kind of casually play and just lean back and then hit the flipper the ball around and just watch and just have fun. It is a game that keeps you on your toes. You have to definitely zone in, and it's exhausting. It literally is. So if you're going to be playing pinball and you just kind of want a good time, then I don't recommend this game because it's going to get you amped up. The music is designed to amp you up. It's kind of more of a anxiety on four legs. So you're just basically playing and it gets pretty frantic because then the multi-balls come into play. Then you have the call-outs that are going on, and that's something else I'll touch on in a little bit. But definitely the music and how fast the ball is able to come right back to you. And there is one particular post that if you hit that wrong, it will come right back down, ricochet straight down the damn middle. And it happened a lot. And I'm going to say that if I didn't go to this pin on a location where it was like a $10 entry fee and all games were on free play, I would have easily dumped, I don't know how much money into this damn machine, because there were some games where I barely broke 5 million, and I think actually, honestly, the best I did was 35 or 45 million. Now, granted, that is the very first time I've played the game, and I would like to get more time on it, but time was limited for me at the time. So, and I will play this again, obviously. I don't hate the game. I don't believe I'm going to own the game, but I don't hate it. I think they did pretty good justice with the Black Knight game, especially on the limited edition. I have not played the Pro, but I was not against the Pro when it came to how smooth it looked like it played. So the only experience I have is with the LE, and the LE does Black Knight justice. I think it does pretty good, even though I feel like the upper playfield is a little bit lacking on things compared to the predecessors. If I didn't have any other kind of predecessors to judge this game on, then it would be a much differently rated game. And it sucks that I have so much time on the predecessors that I'm having to calculate that into how I feel about this game. So with that being said, I think if I had no knowledge of the previous Black Knights, then this game would be rated even higher. Now, I don't have a rating system. I don't really review or rate pinball machines. That's not what I do. I mean, maybe in the future, I don't know, but that's not something I'm planning on doing. I'm just trying to give you a final impression because I gave a first impression. I love the mechanics of the Black Knight in the center of the playfield with the spinning flail and the moving shield. That was pretty damn interesting. I love that mechanic on that. The artwork is obviously spot on. The music is very good. I never got into retro mode. I wish I would have been able to play that. Maybe next time. One of the very slight nitpicks that I have about this game, and it seriously doesn't affect, you know, overall how I feel about the game, but as I was playing it, you had plenty of call-outs from Steve Ritchie as the Black Knight. But maybe it's because I know Steve Ritchie's voice so well in my head, but every time I heard him speak, it sounded almost too much like Steve Ritchie. I kind of wish they would have modulated the voice more. Even so, and most of you, maybe even some of you, know that Steve Ritchie actually did the voice for Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat. Now, I almost feel like if it would have sounded more Shao Kahn-esque, then I think it would have been better. And I mean that by saying maybe more articulate. It just, to me, it sounded like it was just an easily slowed down voice of Steve Ritchie. It wasn't so much of a different character. I kind of wish that it would have been a little more modulated and kind of morphed to sound less like him. Other than that, though, I love the call-outs. I wish there was an R-rated version, because I think that would entice me to play it even more if the Black Knight was throwing a little curse word in there every once in a while. To have an R-rated mode in pinball machines, I think, is something that should be looked into. It should be an option. As far as the display screen goes, from what I saw, and I recorded a good chunk of it, but from what I saw, I enjoyed it. I mean, the call-outs, the music, the visuals were all good. There was no complaints on that, unless I want to be really nitpicky, and I've already kind of stated a little bit of my nitpick. But other than that, I mean, the game was good. I mean, if you own one, then you're not going to get shamed by me for it. I know at one point I really wanted to get one of these games, and that was solely going by the predecessors and how I was assuming and raising my hopes up for what this game could be. And I think that's a big issue on my part for building up something so much to where I don't know if a designer could meet my needs for it. So I think that kind of that has to be taken into account when it comes to how I feel about this game. Without a doubt, if you love games that get you amped up and you feel like you're rocking and you're rolling and you love fast-paced, intense games, then Black Knight Sword of Rage is straight up your alley. This is the game that you need to get. If you're more of a laid-back, relaxed, have fun, just have-go-lucky and play pinball, then this may not be the game for you. This is a Steve Ritchie fast-paced, stay on your toes because the ball's coming, and it's mean. It's brutal. People were asking me how I felt about the game, and I'm like, it's brutal. I mean, it's going to take some time to learn it, and that's what I'm going to look forward to doing in the future. That's going to wrap up this video, guys. I really just wanted to give you a quick video just to go through all of my thoughts on Black Knight Sword of Rage. Now that you've heard how I feel, I want to know how you feel. So let me know what you think about Black Knight Sword of Rage down in the comments below. Feel free to check me out on Instagram at Cary Hardy Pinball. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. That way you can be notified whenever I upload something for your viewing pleasure. Until next time, guys. Peace out.
You weak, pathetic fool.
Well, what do you think?
I like it. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be when it comes to the upper playfield. I just wish there was a little bit more, like just some drop targets.
You do pretty good on the upper playfield.
Yeah, I mean, it's missing a rubber next to the catapult right there, which I think would make it a little bit different. But I don't know.
Yeah, I see.